you literally never like have to stay where you are. You never have to be the person who you've always been or the person that you are now or continue to do the things that you are doing or that you've always done. Like literally the best thing that you can do for yourself is to just constantly reimagine yourself, constantly embrace a new you as many times as you want to. Wake up tomorrow and decide you want to be a new person if you want to. Who gonna check you? Who gonna check you? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Andy, and here on my corner of the interwebs, we talk about life, love, the pursuit of passion, and the pursuit of purpose. And today we are going to talk about time. Just a little chit chat about time, nothing too crazy, just a real quick little gentle reminder for anyone who may be feeling intimidated by or overwhelmed by just the premise, just the whole aspect of time passing by and how time just never stops. I don't want you to feel intimidated by it. I don't want you to feel kind of shocked into stagnancy. I just want to drop off this little gentle reminder to use time to your advantage, to see how time is moving and how it keeps on going and flowing, and allow that to motivate you. So grab your tea, sit down, let's chat. This is gonna be quick, I promise. It's not gonna be a 30-minute ordeal. Hopefully not. I don't know, I'm gonna do my best, but let's just talk real quick. So for anyone who may be feeling stuck, maybe you just need a little motivation to uproot. Maybe you're feeling like time is passing you by and you're just like not certain how you want to utilize your time, how you want to move forward with time. Maybe that has you kind of on pause. There's no rush in determining exactly what you want to do with your life, what direction you want to go in, exactly who you want to be. And while there's no rush, I also want to let you know that you don't need to let that uncertainty stifle you, okay? Like, don't let it keep you in one place as you're just like kind of waiting for the answer to come to you. I want it instead to fuel you. I want you to embrace all the different directions that you can go in because you may be uncertain of which direction you want to go in. You feel me? Unleash your childlike wonder, like just be excited to explore this world and all the many possibilities out here and placed before you, all the different paths that you can take, just whatever captures your eye. I want you to allow yourself to explore it and to try it and to just see if that's what you like, and if you don't like it, go on to something else. Like, just give yourself permission to explore. Don't feel like you got to just stay stuck and just like see what happens, or like, oh, I don't know what I want to do, so I'm just not doing anything. Like, don't feel like you got to stay there. You don't have to stay there. This can be fun. Like, living in an uncertain space when it comes to discovering what really moves you and what you really feel connected toward doing in your life, it doesn't have to hurt, or it doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be like, well, I'm just letting time pass me by until this is figured out. No, like, this is the perfect reason and the perfect opportunity to just do everything. Basically, just use this time to your advantage and do as much as you can to just like have fun and just discover yourself, okay? You don't have to be stuck and stagnant because you're uncertain and you're unsure. Like, use that to explore, use that to go on adventures, and more than likely you'll discover what you're looking for in that exploration. Now, for those that are afraid of change, number one, it is inevitable. This whole world, everything in it, the people in it, the people around you, everything is constantly changing all the time. Everything is always evolving, whether that is for better or for worse. This is not something to be afraid of. If anything, we should possibly be a little bit afraid of the opposite of change. We should be afraid of too much repetition, again, stagnancy, idling. Having the ability to adjust and develop and evolve as much as you want to, and as many times as you need to, and as many times as you feel called to, it's a blessing. And sometimes it just takes that realization and that change in perspective to kind of like snap that in for you, where this is not something to be afraid of. This is something to always welcome and to embrace. You literally never like have to stay where you are. You never have to be the person who you've always been, or the person that you are now, or continue to do the things that you are doing or that you've always done. Like, literally, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to just constantly reimagine yourself, constantly embrace a new you as many times as you want to. Wake up tomorrow and decide you want to be a new person if you want to. Who gonna check you? Who gonna check you? And again, I feel like I've said this before, where it's like, anyone who would judge you or who would feel some type of way, like, oh, you acting brand new, oh, you doing this now, oh, like, I remember how you were back then, or like, you used to be like this, like, always trying to reel you back to like how you were before, or always trying to like keep you in the past, or maybe having like judgments about you evolving and deciding to try new things and rediscovering yourself, reimagining yourself as many times as you want to. The people who apply any negativity to that, whether they express it or whether you just know that they're like judging you or whatever, or if you're worried about that, like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't know how people are gonna like perceive it, if people are gonna like talk about me, like, oh, that's weird that she's trying this, whatever the case may be. Everybody internally wants to do this, okay? Like, everybody internally wants to be free in their human experience. Everybody wants to look at interests and be like, oh, let me try this, let me do this. Like, everyone wants to do that. And there are people who just don't. There are people who are held back for whatever reason. They hold themselves back. So when they see people like you who are going for it, you feel me? That doesn't always translate well. Like, sometimes that turns into hate, where it's like, oh, I'm a hater because look at them doing what I want to do, you know? Never internalize that. Never feel any type of way about it. It's always, again, a blessing to embrace a new you as many times as you want, as often as you want. And being able to look back on all your experiences and the different eras of your life, the different phases and stages of your life that you allowed yourself to experience, it's always a blessing to be able to do that. And if or when you decide to like stay in one of those places for a while, like decide to remain as this one person, do this one thing, stay in this one place for a while, or even for the rest of your time, because you allowed yourself to explore many different things and you were open to it, whatever you land on, it's going to be because you genuinely want to be there. You genuinely want to be this person. Like, this is connected to you. You genuinely want to be in this place. It's not out of fear. It's out of just your genuine desire to be there, which makes it just so much better. So for those who may be feeling discouraged about how long something might take you to do, or for you to work on, for you to accomplish, great things take time. And sometimes it can be a little intimidating if something's going to take a while. If you tend to be quite impatient like me, I get it, I understand. But I just want you to remember, let's all remember actually, that the time is going to pass regardless, okay? We know this. The time is going to pass regardless. Whether it takes weeks, months, years, whatever it is, that day it's gonna come. Like, you're gonna see the day. You feel me? It's going to arrive. It's just, there's two options in regards to like where you're gonna be and how you're gonna feel when that day arrives. And the first option is you're not going to be happy when it comes, or the second option is you're going to be happy and you're going to be where you want to be because you took advantage of the time that it took to get there. Because again, regardless, you're going to get there. What we say, time is constantly moving and grooving, and we need to take notes, but that time is going to come regardless. So it's just like, if you're worried like, I want to do this thing, but it's going to take like 4 years, it's going to take like 2 years of classes, or like 4 years of practice, whatever the case may be, just a gentle reminder that the time is going to pass anyway. You might as well spend it pursuing something that means a lot to you. Now, if you look at that time that's going to take and you determine that it doesn't have that great of value for you, where like the time that it's going to take to accomplish it is not worth it to you, that's different. Because you can come to that conclusion as well. You can be like, oh, this is gonna take 4 years. Do I care that much? No. And you can go ahead and move on to the next thing. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking at something and you're like, I really, really wanna do this, but it's gonna take 4 years, it's gonna take 5 years, whatever it is, and I just don't know. Like, I don't feel like it. I want it now. Like, let me do something that's actually going to like pan out for me now. Like, what can I do that's going to be a quick fix for everything? Like, if it's more something like that, just re-examine it a little bit more. I feel like that's not good enough reason to let that dream go, or that's not good enough reason to give up on that exploration or that venture, because you still want to do it and you see the value in it. You're just like being goofy. Like, you're just being a little silly. You're just being a little, maybe a little lazy, and you're being a little impatient. And we don't need to do that. We don't need to be lazy when it comes to creating this life that we want, and we don't need to be impatient all the time. We just need to realize that if something has so much value for us, we don't need to place excuses on it like that. The time is going to pass anyway. Let's do it. And we can also be doing other things at the same time anyway. It's not like, or sometimes what you're trying to pursue may be so time consuming that you don't have time for anything else. And again, that's for you to conclude, where you're looking at like, oh my gosh, if I'm pursuing this, I can't do this, that, and the third. This actually isn't that important to me. Fine. But sometimes it really is that important to you. It's like, okay, I'll be doing this, so I can't do this, that, and the third, but this, then do it still, okay? The time is going to pass regardless. This is just your gentle reminder that if you are in this position right now where you're feeling discouraged, you're feeling intimidated about a process that's going to take a long time for you, just do it. Start it now. The sooner you start it, the sooner you're going to reach that finish line, and the happier you'll be. And then you'll have so much more time after the fact to enjoy being in a place that you want to be in. You feel me? Like, maybe it'll take some weeks, months, years, whatever, but once that time is done passing, you're gonna be where you want to be, right? You're gonna be doing what you want to do. You're gonna be that person, and you can be there and be doing those things and be that person for the rest of your life if you wanted to. So there's so much more time that's going to be enjoyable, and you're going to always look back and you're never going to regret that you dedicated to that pursuit. You're never going to regret it. But when that time passes anyway, and you are inevitably at that date and you didn't choose to do it, and maybe you're still in the same position you're in, or maybe you're still feeling like you're not where you want to be, you will regret that. And we don't want any regrets. No regrets. No regrets. It's up to you, Bookie, but make the right decision. So again, oh my gosh, look at me, because I feel like this is gonna be one of my shortest videos, but I'm working on that. I'm trying to not always come on here and have to give like a 30-minute spiel. Sometimes things really just take a couple seconds. I just be but we're working on it. We're working on it. Again, just a gentle reminder that time is not our enemy, okay? It is minding its business, and it's moving and grooving. And again, we should take notes when it comes to that. We should be moving and grooving with it, all right? Don't let it stifle you. Don't let it intimidate you. Let it motivate you. Let it fuel you. Move along with it. Enjoy it. Take advantage of it. That's one thing that we got that we can't get back is time. And you don't need to be afraid of it, okay? Okay, now if you received something valuable from this short, beautiful little chit chat, this little moment between us here, just please be sure to thumbs up this video. Also comment if you want to share your thoughts. I would love for you to share your thoughts. And also feel free to make yourself at home. I would love for you to make yourself at home, but only if you love it here, okay? I only want people to make themselves at home that love it here. And when I say make yourself at home, I mean subscribe, okay? And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.